Hello everybody, welcome back to another fantastic video. My name's Kenny and welcome back. It is the Lunar New Year event, Solgaleo and Lunala raids. Of course, we need to raid them as you got fusions with Dusk main Necrozma and Dawn Wings Necrozma. I keep mixing them two up, but yeah, it's Dawn Wings Necrozma and Dusk main Necrozma. It's very hard to figure out what they are, but yeah. So we didn't raid too many Solgaleos for the Dusk main Necrozma, as Dusk main Necrozma will be outclassed in the future by Sashian and Zemacenta, so we didn't raid too many. We can work on that in the future. Let's try and get our team of 6. But yeah, right now it's not really that needed. On the other hand, Lunala for Dawn Wings Necrozma, we raided a lot of to get the fusion material for Dawn Wings Necrozma, as it's one of the best ghost type attackers in getting a team of 6. Even though technically we will be using our Gengar in the 6th spot, but if I needed the extra damage, I would just Mega the Gengar and then just use all 6 Dawn Wings Necrozma. So anyway, let's get into the video. Let's go. Right, we are going into the first raid, Solgaleo. We are going to be Megaing our Primal Groudon. Next week, Primal Groudon will be back in raids. Unfortunately, Primal Groudon and Kyogre won't be able to take down the shields for the super mega raids that finally got announced since the new mega update has been released. I want to talk more about that in the next video or the next videos for next week. I don't want to put it into this video, but yeah. The mega update hasn't been released, but only a select few can actually become super mega max level anyway, so we don't need to worry about that right now, since we don't actually have any of the Pokemon that can actually be super max leveled right now, until we get Dragonite. Yes, Dragonite is one of the new Pokemon that's finally been released, so be excited for that. Of course, Manama will be in raids, and of course Victory Bell. And then also we do kind of get we get a Beedrill. We don't know if we can actually super max level it at this point in time, but probably will be. So Solgaleo, like I said in the intro, we were planning on like raiding a bunch of these to try and get a team of 6 for the steel typing, but I didn't go too hard on that. Solgaleo, well, Dusk main Necrozma will be outclassed in the future. Oh, by the way, we got our first really strong one, and then we've got that I actually kind of master balled the 96. The reason why I did that is because in the future Z-moves will probably be released, but we don't know. Z-moves probably released, and of course Sunsteel Strike. Once Solgaleo gets access to that, and Metal Claw, it'll be one of the probably strong steel type raid attackers next to Dusk main Necrozma. But Zacian and Zamazenta are pretty good too, so you know, you don't need to worry too much about them right now. But if you need just main Necrozma, it's one of the great options. Just read them, and then once Necrozma comes out during the Goldfest Rolled to Goldfest Global, then you know it'll be one of the great options. Now, right this weekend was everyone over in LA tour and also Tainan for the Go Tour. So they're already raiding Dragon Knights, Victory Bell and all of that, but we don't get that until next week for the Roads of Calo during our Go Tour Global. So they're already raiding a lot of that. Anyway, I'm just prepping now for my Go Tour, so getting a lot of Poke Coins ready so I can raid a lot of these Megas to try and get the Mega Energy for it. Primal Groudon and Kyogre, I would love to get all the Mega Energy for them, but they're not necessarily classified as Megas anymore, so they're called Primal Energy, unless there's going to be a new mechanic for them. They're no longer classified as Megas, so they're now classified as Primals, so they can't actually be used for anything. So yeah, but you know, it makes us use other Pokemon, so to be able to break the shields. So now Rayquaza at the moment is the strongest Mega Pokemon, because Primal Groudon, Kyogre, isn't the strongest. The second strongest ground type will be Garchomp, and the second water type, actually I don't know. Is it Gyarados is the strongest next water type Pokemon? Until like Fratigator comes out, and then you've got Swampert and a few others. So yeah, we're just raiding these Solgaleos for the fusion, the Dawn main Necrozma, because as you know, my top 15 doesn't have the Dawn main Necrozma. Well, Dust main Necrozma or Dawn Wings Necrozma, so some top 15 do not have those at the moment. And I can actually have those since they're not actually stronger than the Mewtwo that we want a silver bottle cap. So before we can get our white Qums. So yeah, there you go, my top 15, just got a glimpse. So there's my top 15, like I'm saying. We won't be able to like have anything stronger than my Mewtwo till I silver bottle cap it. Until I silver bottle cap, nothing will be good. Well, nothing can be better than the Mewtwo at level 40. And that does knock us out of Zacian, Zamazenta, the White and Black Cure, Eternatus. So, till then, not too bad. Now, this is the Tuesday, was it, Spotlight Hour, where it's 2 times transfer candy. So I'm getting rid of all of the Vulpix from... Yeah, we are getting rid of all the Vulpix from the community that we just had for Vulpix. So we're going to get rid of all of these and just transfer them for candy. But yeah. Also, we probably can get rid of some Raikou as well, but we don't need all of them. Shadow Raikou. We only need the one. But yeah, there's actually not many electric type Pokemon that can actually give us a lot of damage, as well as water, ghost. So that's why Dust. Was it Dustmane? Dawnmane Necrozma. Dawn Wings Necrozma. That's why we want to get a bunch of Dawn Wings Necrozmas so I can actually use them instead of anything else, since they're like massive heavy hitters right now in the game for the ghost typing, as well as using like a Gengar, putting that in the 6th spot, carrying the mega bonus for that. We don't know yet what the mega bonus attack rise will be. Throughout this week you could actually get yourself some of the Gimmigholes for Golden Gold. Unfortunately, we did not get the shiny. Also, we didn't see that many because I kind of forgot about it. We didn't do many of these because I kind of just forgot to do it. So we didn't do that many of them. We didn't get the shiny. But oh well. It's fine. Let's go back into doing Solgaleo, since these are actually more important, technically, than Golden Gold. I can do the Golden Gold and Gimmighoul moment at any point. So yeah, so far this year, we've been pretty successful in raids. We've gotten quite a few on those. We've got quite a few decent Pokemon that we can use. Hopefully that continues in the future. Of course, next week is going to be one heck of a week for us. Especially since we got quite a few really powerful Pokemon in there, including White Cuban. We did do the White Cuban raid day, so I'm not overly too excited for that, but I'm excited probably getting enough Mega Energy, getting enough Fusion Energy for the White Cuban and Black Cuban that I can get 3 at 3. I'll be happy for that. Since I didn't manage to do it during the raid day, but I don't want to go too much into it, since there's a possibility that we never actually have White Cuban in our top 15 anyway, so we don't want to raid it too much, since there's a possibility that they reckon they're going to be out every winter. So winter 2027 will probably be the next raid day for Cuban. Well, we reckon, but we are not sure about that at this time, that White Cuban and Black Cuban will be a winter event each time. And then for the gold tour, they could basically change it where they only be released for the gold tour lead up events for next year, which is Alola, which will be more focused on fusions for Necrozma and that. So I don't want to raid these too much either, since we do know that the fusions will be coming. So there we go, that was the last of the Solgaleos. We won't raid too much of that until next year, which of course is the road to Alola. So with the Alola tour coming, we'll probably be raiding a lot more of these with the Necrozmas. So these are just temporary for now, till we just fill out all of our Lunalas. Solgaleos, we'll just wait for it to come back either for the Alola tour or the Lunar New Year event for 2026. God, unless they're not gonna do that, because that is a lot of Lunala and Solgaleo for next year. So they'll have to figure something out for that. Yeah. Anyway, first Lunala, not good, but it's fine. It's basically just fusion material. Not too overly fussed by that. But yeah, I'm not too overly fussed by just not getting a good one of these, as I won't be using it. I'll be using the Dawn Wings Necrozma more often than Lunala, since Dawn Wings Necrozma is probably going to be the better option during some of the breeds you see in the future. Especially when they eventually release like things like Super Mega Gengar, so which you probably will want to use these for in the future. So we don't know when that would happen. It won't be this year, I don't think. And there we go. This is just me prepping for the Go Tour with a bunch of Pokecoins. I will be buying the ticket as well as the more coins on top of what I've just received. So I've got a bunch of coin there. Actually, believe it or not, I didn't use that much of the 20 quid that I put on at the start of this year. Chansey! Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. What's the next? Cloth. We had the event. Pincer. Not too bad. Snom. Thingatink, which eventually will be, you know, having a community day this year at some point. Well, we think we'll have a community day. Oh yeah, join the Lunar Tour Lunar New Year event. We've gotten ourselves a load of Bonita, Dondozo in the decks. That's nice. Since I don't need to raid them as much. And Giratina, not shiny, unfortunately. That's fine. Don't really needed the shiny. We can wait for the Halloween event for Giratina. Hopefully we'll get one this time around. Did not get one last time around, but who knows. Even Giratina's kind of got outclass like for the dark and the ghost type. So I'm not overly too bothered by Giratina. These are really hard to catch, strangely. I mean, they'd be easier to catch if you had like White Curamon, but you know, I don't. So anyway, let's do this. No, no, 1, 2, yes. There we go. Is that a catch? Or is that going to jump out again? Damn. Okay. They really are not staying in the ball for me here. I do apologise for that. Come on, stay in the ball. Oh, come on, Giratina. Let's move on. Thank you. Stay in the ball. Are you good? No, you're not. Let's go into Lunala right now. I think this is at the Red Bear now from last night. I believe. Or is this from this morning? Oh, yesterday morning. If there's other people in the raid. Nope, this is probably from last night. I know I raided quite a lot of them throughout the week. You don't need a raid. To be honest, you don't need to raid too many of these, since one, they can't be shiny, which is great. At least they made it so you can save your passes for the gold tour. There we go, one. And not really good like these, so this is just another fusion material instead of a power up. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, no. These are really hard to catch, actually. Yeah, Lunala's pretty hard to catch. Solgaleo was hard to catch. But you can make it easier if you use the White Curum Adventure effect. But I can't do that right now because I don't have one. Even though I did the Curum raid then for it, I still don't have one. You. 1, 2, 3. Nope. Yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Yep, there we go. 1. This is a run. Pretty sure this probably ran from me, didn't it? Oh boy. No, it was a catch. Okay. Didn't realise that. But of course, Terrible IVs, it's going to be fusion material. So, in the future. Going in with the second one. Well, a few others. I don't know, is this one that I did with a bunch of people? I don't know. How many people is in this raid? I don't know. I think it's not me in this one. I think this is one that we did with a bunch of people that joined me in Thorn. Yeah, I think this is just about one that a bunch of people joined me in. I can't exactly remember. We'll see in a minute. How many people have been in this raid? Oh no, it's just me. Okay. There is one that we did of Lunala where a bunch of people joined me on. But I think this might have been Thursday. Instead of Friday morning. But yeah, luckily for me, I have an opportunity where I can actually just take some of these down by myself, just to when I feel like it, instead of literally needing an entire raid team to take these down. So I'm good about that. But of course, the one that you're seeing right now is my main account. That's the one that everyone will be happy about. We'll be seeing a lot more of. So, this Lunala, just again, being just used for raid material, or fusion material, not raid material. Why would I say raid material? Fusion material for the Dawn Wings of Cosmo. Let's see if we actually catch this. So let's go 1, 2, 3. There we go. It got caught, and then we're gonna just fuse it with the Necrozma once we get enough fusion energy for it when it comes out. Again, going into the next one. If you've probably noticed, you may think I raid a lot. I actually don't. Not that much. I'm raiding a lot more these days than I used to. As I get more powerful, I'm able to raid a lot more. Than in the earlier days of this account. There we go, going out. Boom. Lunala. I think this is from last night, I believe. Yeah, this is from last night, where we were just raiding a bunch. Before going to have a few drinks with my dad. So, at the Red Bear. I don't know if the one before was the Red Bear, and this is the Windmill, which is another gym that I want to get gold. But if it was the Red Bear, then we finally got the Red Bear gold. It's now a gold gym. So now I can actually get more items every time I spin that gym. So that's actually pretty cool. So we've got a few more gyms to go before we actually get all of the gyms gold. There we go, another great fusion material for, there we go, yeah. We, this is from last night. And then, three, boom, there we go. Of course, this is the Swirlix. This is that fairy event that you had where you had to like catch a bunch of fairy type Pokemon, but I was actually sure why. So yeah, it was from last night. Yeah, a very fairy adventure for some reason. Oh. Anyway. That was the fairy research earlier. So we're going to go straight into the Red Bear raid here. Going straight in for Lunala. I'm not going to raid too many of these as we're done. Once you see what's coming. Well, next week. Oh, I can't wait for the Gold Tour global next week. Currently, people are raiding in Tainan and LA. Unfortunately, I'm not there, as you probably noticed, but I'm back in the UK, so I have to wait for the global. So, gonna raid these Lunalas while people over in LA and Tainan are doing their Mega Dragonites and Victory Bells and Malamar and all the other Mega Raids. So yeah, so far we've got 4. We can actually do one more, and the Thorn Snooker Club was our last Mega Raid. So we are, well, Tier 5 raid, not Mega Raid. Got Mega on. So we could technically use Gengar and Dawn Wings the Necrozma. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use all my Tyrannitars. Thought I'll show you that. That in the recommended was Dawn Wings the Necrozma and Gengar. As recommended. I wouldn't do that technically, but if I had a bunch of Dawn Wings the Necrozma powered up to level 40, that'll probably what I'll be using. So yeah, let's talk about Dragonite Mega. We've got our 89 IV one that I would love to Mega Evolve. But if Super Mega Raid's actually a thing, apparently that the IVs on it are extremely fantastic. Like to the point where you can get Hundos and Chundas quite easily. From what I've seen on videos and stuff like that, people have who have done them ended up getting Hundos quite easily. So more than likely I'll probably end up with a Hundo or Shundo. Hoping more like Shundo than a Hundo. So yeah, well, Mega Dragonite, can't wait. Even though it's one of the 10th best dragon attackers, but it came a bit too late, I guess, because of course we've got Rayquaza and Salamence and stuff, so it's not made it all that fantastic for Dragonite. But it's the 10th best attacker. Anyway, now I've got my team of 6 Lunalas. I don't need a raid anymore. I can just save them for when I fuse for the Dawn Rings Necrozma, which I think we always do the road to something event for Gold Tour and of course Gold Fest. So we'll probably end up getting the Cosmos during Gold Fest. We don't know yet what we'll get for Lola tour. Probably more than Cosmos, probably. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next one, which is probably the entire Gold Tour events, the Road to Chaos. So, see you all there.